Ezra 6:12. Ezra. That's another. Ezra 12. Ezra 6:12. Ezra is another book there which also reveals something that I would like to see what it is. And may the God who curses his name, may the Lord, may the God who causes his name to dwell there destroy any king or people who put their hand to alter it or to destroy this house of God which is in Jerusalem. I, Deros, used a decree, let it be done diligently. So we go on to, let's go all the way down to, let's say, Psalm, the book of Psalm, the prophetic, the book of words that, normally get caught up in people's, mindsets. People get tuned to Psalms a lot because it's the area where you can get something that would definitely relate to something that you're doing, maybe whatever that you're doing. So Psalms, let's go to Psalms 143:12. 143 verse 12. Psalm 143 verse 12. Psalm 143 verse 12. There he goes. He says, in your mercy cut off my enemies. In your mercy cut off my enemies, and destroy all those who afflict my soul, for I am your servant. Look at that. If you are in this situation and you take this quotation, this verse here, aren't you inspired? You're feeling that you're on a safe side. You are asking God to do what? To be merciful to you. Cut off all your enemies. By being merciful, you should cut off all your enemies away from you and destroy all those who afflict my soul, for I am your servant. Now you can imagine that Christians together in a whole room having prayers, and everybody is quoting this here, or maybe you might not quote it when you are at the church, but maybe you go back home, you quote it. Destroy all your enemies, and maybe within the same church, your enemy is there. There's somebody you don't like, somebody you quarrel with, somebody you have problem with, and both of you are quoting this statement to the same God. I'm not surprised the changes that has been coming these days in the churches where the church has split and all that people are saying people don't get it. You are all saying these words to God. Even in this in the Islamic sense, I'm sure you get it all out there, the same thing, something similar you can compare. I will quote the same thing. In your mercy, cut off my enemies, O God Jehovah, and destroy all those who afflict my soul, for I am your servant. If I say this, I'm saying it to Jehovah. Now that person who afflicted my soul may be a same Christian, and he's also saying the same thing to God, or something similar to this to God, because we are all using the same book, isn't it? And we are entitled to the same privileges that the other have got from the same living God. Now, if God is granting us what our wishes are, or what our desire is that we have put before him, what do you think will happen? Maybe he'll bring peaceful heart to us, and that will be a good thing if we all become peaceful to ourselves, But the thing is about destroying and taking away the enemy. So I'm asking God to take my enemy from before me, though that person should move from the church. If I am strong and somehow the Spirit consider me more in judgment, or because I repent or I'm more obedient, then the Spirit will obey me and he will take you out of the church to another church, or maybe they will drift you out there. You find your way to go for another church. With no reason, nobody know how you went. The other person's prayer has gone through. So you go just like that, and you end up in another church where it's also Jehovah Church. If sometimes you don't take care, you end up in becoming a Buddhist, like Rajiv, what do you call it? Gandhi of the India, who brought independence to India, end up in the hands of the Buddhist worship, or became a Buddhist, or whatever he was, whatever he worship he's into, because he drifted from Christianity. Somehow somebody provoked him. So in the same manner, these are the books that sometimes, these are something we can also consider, that the words are speaking to various people everywhere, and the same people are the same people that you are supposed to sometimes kill, destroy, hate, have issues with them. And these people are the same people, probably, if they might not read the same book, they are reading something similar or something closer to that, or they also have their own worship reaching out to the same God or some God, one way or the other. So we all having counseling coming from all angles. What do you think of these things? It's a statement. It's not a statement telling you to asking something simple. It's asking you to you're asking God to do something, to act in a certain way towards another person that you personally hold some vendetta against. So you check that out yourself. Analyze it. I'm just putting out some of the ways I analyze these things. And maybe you can go out along the same line. You can make your own, come up and check, ask yourself those questions and see how best you can resolve these things, and see that the solution, as I said, these things are trapping us. These things have trapped us. We have been trapped. Not that it's trapping us. We have been trapped. Now, it's trapping us in the sense that there are also young ones coming in who are still getting into these things, because it has not been put in a situation where people will come to recognize and say that, no, we don't have to put this in the truth of our case, or that or that. Some people are gradually phasing it out, but it is still there. So we can go further down to, now we've reached Psalms, that we go to 1446. 1446 also says something, it's very close. Flash forth lightning and scatter them. Shoot out your arrows and destroy them. God should do it, like asking, demanding such a thing from God. It's not easy. Okay. Let's go down to Isaiah, another book of prophecies. And he says here, this land and destroy it. 36:10. Isaiah 36. We have Proverbs and all that. Isaiah 36. Isaiah 36:10. It says, have I now come up without the Lord against this land to destroy it? The Lord said to me, go up against this land and destroy it. The Lord said to me, go up this land and destroy it. So if you go before God and you quote this thing to God, Jehovah, He's not supposed to deny it. That He did tell you to do that. But if you are not lucky, if you go there and He denies that He didn't say this, then you have yourself to blame. But at the end of the day, you didn't write it. You just believe that it was the word coming from God, without having any evidence, any thought through it, whether it was really from God. And knowing that there is a possibility that people can make things, and this thing is coming, as we are supposed, from thousands of years back, whether when they dug it, people were writing it, were trying to use it to deceive a group of people. Nobody knows. Researchers, archaeologists have used all sorts of things to test, to say that these words are coming from somewhere. They have their own doubts. But some believer who have got some spiritual experience is saying that it is from God. And it has kept the tradition for so long that you are bound to believe that it is from God. Because you were born yesterday, just yesterday, and you are told that this is what, from an elderly who you are supposed to respect and listen. He's your guardian. He's a guardian, a guardian, whatever, to you. How can you turn your mind and think of something else? It is not easy for me to be in this stage of saying these things. It would have been very hard on my tongue, in my throat, a few years back. But I do it at ease now, because He has taken me time to look into it, to reconsider, think it through, analyze, got facts. Maybe just one little fact pulled me out. A few debates that I've seen that others has even gone through the same line. They freed themselves from the captive state that they were in. No matter how joyous, how prosperous it was looking, they have freed themselves. Because nothing stands in the way of a prosperity of a man except the